Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah!
Yeah!
We got it! We got
New 52 booklet.
it! Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Justice League Rewatch, and this universe has done it again. What's up, Nick?
We have been Timmed.
Oh my gosh. So for those of you that are wondering what I'm saying, we're discussing Shadow of the Hawk, and my problem with this episode is it butchers another DC character of Hawkman and turns him into a stalker.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's not that. In any version of the comics, he's not that. Like, even Batman calls him out on that. I'm like, he's a stalker, and I'm like, thank you, Kevin.
What's really weird is the episode as it kind of presents itself. The person itself is not really at fault for this. Like the artifact kind of mind whammied him.
Yeah. So and that's the stupid thing, because I don't think it was that way in the comics. And they basically, it's kind of like when He Who Must Not Be Named had Iceman come out of the closet by a psychic, basically putting the suggestion in his mind.
Bobby, you're gay.
Yeah,
Bobby,
it's kind of like that. And the more I see this, I'm like, yeah, that's stupid. Because as far as I know,
Iceman, one of the biggest players in the X-Men universe.
But anyway, yeah. But anyway, going back to this, that's why when I was rewatching this episode, I had forgotten about the whole device gives him the memories. So I'm like, that made it way worse. I'm just like, Also,
the show kind of hints at like maybe he might be right.
But the show also, the other thing the show does is that Shayera sleeps with him after one date.
Oh, Moses, smell the roses.
I would kind of put that up to Shayera. Probably is kind of been in need of affection. Like he's been feeling very alone. So as soon as it got because let's be honest,
you have to show me that. Then you didn't.
I mean, context really.
But really, they didn't give us any indicator that she was really lonely. If they had built that up across a couple of different episodes, because remember the last one, she's being a wingman to Flash, so and she seems fine. So I'm like, you have to. This going back to, by the way, this is kind of fortuitous that we're recording this the same day we did movie night, when we're talking about showing but not telling. And they didn't show it. That's the other problem with a lot of DC animation. They tell you without showing. But anyway, so this episode is basically Hawkman rediscovers Hawkgirl, which is an interesting way of characterizing the character. And we meet also the Shadow Thief, which I think is actually kind of funny, where he's fighting Batman. And then Batman shows up at the end of the episode. He's all cut up and he goes, yeah, I'm here.
So I guess you could say we had the Shadow the Bat.
Yeah. Oh yes. And I love where Batman goes, I've never been afraid of shadows. I just love that. And you know why. So
this episode could be titled Batman Fights the Shadow.
Yeah, exactly. Trivia. The story of this episode is a melding of DC Comics Golden Age and Silver Age origins of Hawkman and Hawkgirl. In the Golden Age, they're the souls of two lovers from ancient Egypt who were murdered by the priest Hathset with an nth metal blade and are repeatedly reincarnated as champions of justice. The Silver Age Hawks were Thanagarian law enforcement officers who were stranded on Earth. Wait till you see what they do to factor in Jon Stewart.
I mean, this is also the origin they gave for the CW, but a lot more. That one made. How is it
That the
that
CW makes more sense?
Makes more sense. Like
Cabeza.
the CW
right.
one is fine. I think the CW Hawkman Hawkgirl is fine.
That was fine. Do you want me to tell you what they do with Jon Stewart in the follow-up episode to this? That's not for a couple more episodes.
Let's wait. I don't want to explain.
Because trust me, you're gonna get pissed off at this one. Trust me, this is a decision that could only happen in this universe.
Like even in this episode, they hinted at they still have feelings. Like that almost kiss and Batman being the ultimate block.
He's the Bat Block. And
yeah,
I like that. I like they got the whole like immortal lovers thing, but they stupidly turned it into a stalking relationship, which it wasn't. Because as far as I've read, when Hawkman has during this whole situation, when Shayera is not interested in Hawkman, he kind of backs off because he's like, no, I'm not going to force you to fall in love with me. I'm not going to stalk you.
He frequents the I Hate Hawkgirl bulletin boards.
That doesn't mean boards. How many are there?
57 web rings.
And I'm like, they basically turned Hawkman to Steve Trevor in the New 52. And no one likes him. But anyway, so Nick, enough of my ranting. What did you think of this episode?
I thought it was pretty good. It had some really good voices in it.
Yes,
did you notice the voice?
Like James Remar.
Dude, you're not even doing the big one. The villain in the beginning.
Who was that?
Do I have to bend your arm to get you to know who this is?
Who is
it? Is it time for an adventure to figure out who this is?
Adventure Time? I don't watch Adventure Time.
It's John DiMaggio!
Okay, I didn't. Okay, so
the actor in the beginning is John DiMaggio, Bender from Futurama.
I don't watch Futurama.
From Adventure Time.
I don't watch Future Time or Adventure or Futurama.
You uncultured slime.
Well, I should know it. Maybe I should have recognized his voice because John DiMaggio is Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War.
Now the fun begins.
But John DiMaggio is a great voice. Like, but come on, John DiMaggio being here is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's really cool. And he voiced in a lot of stuff. The voice cast is fine. That's not the problem I have with the freaking episode. But
who did they get for Carter Hall? It seemed like it was a familiar voice.
Carter Hall is played by, let me see, James Remar. He also plays the Shadow Thief. He plays a Manhunter, Hawkman, Shadow Thief, and Carter Hall.
What is he famous for? I swear, because like he's got to be famous for something.
Okay, here we go. He's best known for his roles his best known roles are Ajax from the 1979 film The Warriors and Harry Morgan from the Showtime show series Dexter.
Oh, okay.
He also portrayed the Block Warlord in Judge Dredd 95.
Okay. What's his name?
James Remar, Jamesremar. But in terms of like the overall...
him! Him, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I like the Shadow Thief, and this is kind of a reference to earlier episodes with the Shadow Thief. I dug the whole Shadow Thief fight because of the way like he can go intangible and then go tangible. I found that to be really, really fun. I really like that.
I'll take one of those and one of those. Haven't you figured it out yet, darling? I'm only solid when I want to be.
All in all, by the way, Carter's birth name, Joseph Gardner, is likely a reference to both Gardner Fox and Joe Kubert. Fox is the writer who co-created the Golden Age character, and later Joe Kubert, the artist, co-created the Silver Age reinvention. Kubert also drew many of Hawkman's Silver Age adventures and is closely associated with the character.
Okay.
The Absorbicon is shaped like an Ankh, the hieroglyphic for life. And then after the poison dart booby trap, as Shayera follows Carter's lead to the tomb, Batman's tracer can be seen on the bottom of her mace before it being later revealed that it was placed there. Yes, well, of course, Batman's going to place a tracer, and I love that where he goes, I only didn't trust him. And we're like, sure you did.
Oh, by the way, I'm looking at James's IMDb. He has a voice. He's plays Tom Rock in Legend of Korra. He's on Beware the Batman, Silver Monkey. Yeah.
But
he was Cooper in Cooper and Icicle Senior in Young Justice.
Oh, cool. But I knew that name. I knew that voice of
he was Two-Face in Brave and the Bold.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's one of those actors that like he's been like in the Batman. He was Black Mask. Carter Hall. But yeah, he's one of those actors that he's like literally been in everything.
So furthermore, again, I want to like this episode. It's just when I look at the Hawk, but particularly, here's the thing, Nick. I'm also taking into account the extremely stupid retcon that comes later in the season because they don't address this for like a couple more episodes. When we get there in a couple of weeks, they do something with Jon Stewart that when I watched this, I almost threw my computer.
Do they reveal some past sins?
Actually, yes.
Does John wish he had one more day?
If you want me to just tell you instead of you doing
No, this is too good. I want to wait.
It's almost on that level. That's all I'm gonna say. It's on that level, and it involves the past.
All right, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. You're gonna hate this, Nick. I'm not gonna tell you now. Don't worry, I'm not gonna tell you now. All I know is that you're going to agree with me that this is the stupidest thing they could have ever done.
Okay.
Anyway, I did like all the references to like Starcross because like a Thanagarian invasion would leave like all this tech around that's gonna be a black market, kind of like in Avengers, obviously later when like all that Shatari tech is spread throughout the world. But the other part I really liked, besides the fight scenes, obviously, was at the end the sarcophagus has the two mummies holding hands. That was sweet. See, here's the thing. Here's my problem with the episode. I'm thinking about that second episode. That's the other part. If it were this alone, maybe I could have redeemed it. But
all right, so judging this episode on its merits, what rating do you give it?
7. Hawkman thing is still
8.5.
Taking into account what happens in the later episode, this goes straight to a 5.
Oh,
this is something that they did. That is, when I was watching this, I said there was literally no reason to do this. Literally no reason. I'm trying to find I'm going to find, you know what? I'm going to do this live. I'm going to get the title for the next episode. Look up who wrote it so I could see if it's Bruce Timm is involved in the story. Because if it is, you can no longer say that I can't blame Bruce Timm for stupid decisions. Okay,
I'm not saying
he
makes stupid decisions.
Ancient History. Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready? JLU Ancient History. If he's involved in any way with the story, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh no!
What?
Jeff Johns.
Even worse.
It's story by Matt Wayne. Teleplay by Jeff Johns. So really, it's this
worse
guy Matt Wayne.
Tim. This is worse.
It's a bigger portrayal because guess who wrote a kick-ass Hawkman series?
Not Bruce Timm.
No. So yeah, Matt Wayne is an American writer. He was one of Dwayne McDuffie's college friends. So Matt Wayne is responsible for this utter bastardization of Jon Stewart.
Oh, come on, Jeff Johns.
You're the dude. you are going to back me up on this. And by the way,
All right.
I can blame Bruce Timm because he approves all this BS.
You found a way. Like
Nature finds a way, dude. Nature finds a way. But all in all, okay, again, 7 out of 10, ignoring the episode later on. What do you guys think? Drop below. What do you guys think of this combined with the BSery of the Jon Stewart retcon? Oh boy. Oh freaking boy. And you know what? The episode beforehand. So when we cover the episode that's before that that BS one, I'm going to tell you, Nick, this is the one. So you know what to look for.
All right.
Oh boy, is this stupid. This is not based in the comics in any way. This is just a BS invention by this universe.
Bruce Timm!
Yeah, he's turning into my Khan, except I don't want to insult Khan by calling him Bruce Timm. Timm! Not Tim Drake, Timm. So anyway, stay heroic, everyone. Yes, stay heroic, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lame, and she belongs with General Zod. See you later.